So tu ni venye nimesema, they are the first port of call for a customer, and their major duty will be to listen to what the customer want, handling problems. They also overcome obstacles, and they basically again represent the brand. So these people are always in trenches. A trench is like in a hollow place where your basic duty is normally to satisfy the guest need. They will handle problems. Venye nimesema, a guest will always come with a problem. They will be required to tackle it correctly, and they also represent the brand of the establishment. Where whenever we talk about a brand, you find that a brand of an establishment, you'll always be told, be kind to the customer and yourself, be bold, and be responsible. So kindness, I guess you know what is it. To be bold, you are somebody who will listen to the customer and communicate back to the customer what is required to be told to the customer. In as much as we know very well the customer is always right. Usikubali tu mgeni akufinyilie sana, lakini hata kama unamjibu, remember respect is there and the guest is always right. Then be a responsible frontline employee. So all in all, they work face to face. A frontline employee is that person who works face to face. That means you will meet the customer one-on-one. Unamuona na kuona, then you have the conversation. A frontline employee is also that one. When you make a call to the establishment, he or she is the one who will pick, and therefore you will talk via the phone. And also these other mediums, squeezy tuko na Facebook, tuko na WhatsApp, any other medium that makes you talk to a customer of the establishment. That first person that you will meet via that medium, that one is a frontline employee. So examples of frontline employee I may also give, tuko na wale sales executives, wale wenye wanatembeanga na vitu za kampuni wakiuza. That is an image of an establishment, because he or she is the one whom you will talk to. So in the hospitality and tourism industry, you meet these people, travel agents, the travel intermediaries, travel agents, tour operators. How? They will come as service personnel at the front office, in the restaurant even. They will come as customer service agents at the front office. They will come in form of consultants. Remember, in this industry tuko na consultants. Wale watu wenye wamekaa kwa hii industry for long, mpaka sasa wanaenda wanafungua mahali, so that even if you feel like opening a hotel, you can go and visit them. They will talk to you. We have receptionists. We have retail assistants. In the banking industry, mnajua vizuri wako. Tuko na complaint handlers, like the guest relations executives in the hotel are examples. We have social media executives, wale wenye unawapata kwa social media, you talk with them whatever you want. And there are so many people we term as frontline employee. This is a person who comes into contact with the guest, either one-on-one ama through a podium. So it is important to keep frontline employees happy, because they become happier in the workplace, which leads to better customer service, thereby increasing profitability. So keep them happy. They will become happier at the workplace. They will be joyful, and therefore they will lead the customer service very well, thereby increasing profitability. Best practices that drive customer satisfaction. So these are the practices that we are supposed to put in place for customer satisfaction. Number 1, performance evaluation. So this one is HR-like performance evaluation, where people will work. At sometimes there will be a way of how we check at the way people have worked. Okay? We will evaluate through questions and answer. Maybe bosses will be working across to see the way you work. That one is one of them. Tunapatia wageni hayo maswali, they answer them in place. We get to know how people are working. Number 2, hire the right staff. So hapa kwa frontline employees, this is where the problem normally comes. Most company see somebody, like for example, I know Alex. Then I bring Alex on board. Instead of learning to know, bring the CV of Alex, understand Alex CV, have a chit chat with Alex before I bring Alex on board. Most of the time this CV utudanganya. Somebody will have a very strong CV, but when he or she is given the opportunity to work, this is not the right person. So the problem occurs at hiring the right staff. So this person, the person is right for the job, not that this person can do the job. Most companies hire somebody who can do the job. Wanaona tu, Alex has worked for Zetech. Zetech is a very big brand. Therefore, let me take also Alex to work for me. No, hire the right person, not that the person can do the job. Number 3, train, focusing on technical aspects of a position and not interacting with the customer. So when you are training a frontline employee for customer satisfaction for this work, do not train him for interacting the customer. But we have so many things behind frontline work. Number 1 inakwanga how to handle a difficult customer. You one in number 1 because most customers fall under that category, and we have more than 10 categories of difficult customers in this world. So that means a frontline employee should be more trained on the technical aspects, what he or she is going to meet as a problem in that area, rather than how to interact with the customer. So how do we empower frontline employees? Number 1, satisfied frontline employee create satisfied customer. That means, number 1, you need to make them happy when they are there. Don't press on them so much until they become worried and now they can't deliver, but give them the chance to work. And if you as the boss, you see somebody does not know how to handle something or a problem, you have to call him and educate him or her. Then you can now call the rest and now talk to them about that. Frontline employers kwa mwenye kama umesimama hapo na mgeni anaulizia shida, this person now is unable to communicate. Hata taambia mwe Glenn.
Yes, madam. Hello?
So they need to become happier, leading to better customer service. Usikuwa umesimama hapo mtu anashindwa kucommunicate na mgeni, anafaa tu kufanya his kazi very well. Then they become more productive, which increases profitability. That one is true. When they are satisfied and happy with the job, these people normally become more productive. Ukipatia mtu chance afanye kazi yake yeye mwenyewe, anakuanga more productive on that job rather than when you man him or her. Then another way of how we create satisfied employees, you take better care of the customer, which produces better experience and improve customer loyalty. All in all, this point emphasizes that give the frontline employee a chance to be himself. Train him. After training him or her, give him or her a chance to be himself or herself on that docket. The second way how we empower frontline employees, they are the face of the company. Their actions reflect directly the mission, vision, culture, and values of the company. That means Another way of empowering frontline employee is that you need to keep on reminding them that they are the face of the company. They are the people that the company looks up to. And remember, when we talk about the company, we have basic things. Number one is always the mission statement. 4 to 5 lines, but it carries everything the establishment is up to. The vision statement tells us where the company is heading. The culture of the establishment tells us a culture has so many things in it from the establishment, and even values of an establishment. So whenever you hire somebody as a frontline employee, tell him there are 4 things people are looking in him. So hata akipost nini social media, hata akifanya nini wapi, there are 4 things that follow him: the mission statement, the vision, the culture, and the values. And it is from these 4 things that somebody normally gets respect from them. Another way how we empower frontline employee is they know and understand the customer's pain points. So they must be people who understand the problem where the customer is complaining. They must know if the customer is complaining of cold food, what is meant by cold food. If anything the customer is complaining, they must know of. That means when you hire a frontline employee, make sure you hire somebody who is versed with the industry. Somebody who is versed with the industry, so that when the customer complains, this person knows. Hata akitest hiyo food atasema enyewe hapa chef hakufanya justice on ABCD, ama chef alifanya but ni mgeni ajui, then atarectify mgeni, ataongea na mgeni, then tuone kitu kingine tunaweza fanya. Number 4, create bottom-up culture. The bottom-up culture is normally that culture where huyu mtu wa chini pia anaweza ongea. In the restaurant, mtu mwenye wako chini kabisa ni waiter. The boss is the restaurant manager and the food and beverage manager. Let the waiter have a voice. Waiter anafaa kuongea mbele ya restaurant manager, mbele ya supervisor, na hata mbele ya the food and beverage manager. Hiyo ndo the bottom up culture. Mtu wa chini anaweza contribute an idea, anaweza leta something that can just help us in the development process. So it is the inclusion of employee ideas, insight, perception or perspective to make an informed decision. So managers, bosses wa makampuni, kindly work on that. Allow the employee to bring his idea, perception, insight, etc. Then lastly, create greater job satisfaction and lower staff turnover. So that is through the HR office. Let the job be satisfying. Remember, satisfaction si pesa peke, but there are some form of remunerations that can be brought to surround the job to make the job more satisfying, in as much as mshahara ni kidogo, to lower the staff turnover. Remember, when we turn over, wakati staff wanaenda, we increase more chances of training and more time is wasted. Ellen, umekuja katikati ya class alafu unaniambia how can I define an employee, and I started 11:15 on the dot. Marian, turn on the microphone and communicate. Where are you lost? Marian, I'm waiting for you. Turn on the microphone and talk. By creating an empowering work environment, the frontline staff will have autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Yes, Marian?
You're breaking from my side.
Na penye leo niko na network.
Hata mi niko nayo, but you keep breaking.
Okay.
Hello.
Nakusikia vizuri.
Yeah, you're back.
My back?
You're back again now.
Nilinyamaza, there's a point nilimute, I was doing something.
Okay, then.
And then nimeongea tu tena.
Okay. Sawa.
Haya. So by creating an empowering work environment, a frontline staff normally have autonomy, mastery, and purpose. So autonomy ni kuelewa kazi yako sana, and therefore they will stay with the company for longer. They will improve their mental health and well-being. To improve mental health and well-being ni Arian, mute your microphone. To improve the mental health and well-being need, when somebody is comfortable, at a headache and other problems normally go away. They will boost performance, increase company profits, and provide better customer quality and service. So this is just a point to tell us that customer service personnel, who are the frontline employees, they just need an empowerment scheme in the establishment, and these people will work longer for the company. Their mental health will be improved, their performance will be improved, the company will get more profits and better customer care if you give them the chance to work well for the company. What are those things that takes to empower? Number one, empower others. That means wewe kama boss, empower your juniors. Even if somebody does wrong, mwambie, yes, you are wrong, but next time do like this, and that. Don't always be there to look at the downside of your colleague. Number two, switch from conflict to collaboration. Usikue mtu wa makelele. Be somebody who brings people together. That is the collaboration aspect. Number three, inspire with trust. As a boss, when you talk to your junior staff, give them that confidence in them. They will work. So that is the inspiration through trust. Next, be a person who can have the courage to identify. Through your staff, give them that power to identify. Mtu akiona tu customer hivi, kuna vitu zingine anaweza tell. Give that staff of yours that power to identify. When you identify, you can identify good things and you can identify bad things. And therefore, we prevent bad things from happening. Next, the courage to cope. Remember, we just cope with bad situations. So if something bad has happened, we should be able to cope, but we should act upon it as fast as possible. Then encourage to be an ally. An ally is a friend. Wewe kama boss, kuwa marafiki wa your junior staff, but when you urafiki with limits. Lastly, encouraged to be an advocate. So an advocate is English, tunajua an advocate, a lawyer, hiyo. So you must be somebody who can make a decision free and fairly, just. How to empower frontline employees? Let the employee be the change they want to see. So the first way of empowering a frontline employee, be the change we want to see, wewe mwenyewe. What you want from others, begin by practicing from you, yourself within. Number 2, put employees on an equal footing with the customer. That means employees and customers should be of the same standards. Nobody is more important than the other. Once you treat employees like customers, remember they will always work very well. Number 3, let employees make the call. Very important. The call here comes in a positive way and it can also come in a negative way. That means if an employee wants your help, wewe kama boss, when you wait up a restaurant, kitu inakuchallenge, you have the right to go and call your boss. But your boss shouldn't be all over. Anaona mpaka makosa umefanya, anakuja kukurukia. Let the employee call you to come and assist. Next, encourage employee self-care. Self-care ni the employee is the boss of his or her work. Venye ataifanya is always the best. Hiyo ndio inaitwa self-care. Lastly, support teams with the right systems and technology. Wewe kama boss, when somebody does something well, support and acknowledge you have performed very well. Lakini sikuwe wimbo ya kila siku. Acknowledge tu sahio, then people have to move on and encourage others too to come in through the same direction. So that was the role of employees in service quality delivery. So through that, I also want to capture something. And before I capture that, may I ask kama kuna swali? Alex and Hamilton?
Strategies and objective of a business to make it successful. Me, I've just find those two because they are hard for me to look for them. The others.
Alex.
Yangu hapa contribution to the service innovation. Si ndio nasema?
Yes.
Create certain when you involve the employees specific innovation projects, it helps them in being more open, in giving those what they observe from the customers, what the customers want, things like those.
True, yes. That is also another role. It makes them be open. Another one.
Ni hiyo tu moja.
Alex, what is innovation?
Innovation, si Hamilton ame explain the vile mtu anaweza create a new idea from something to create more jobs, create more service or increase the sales in an organization.
before hata uende net kuangalia, haungekaa tu chini tu ufikirie tu from the definition of innovation, how can frontline employees help?
See, they are
Wewe ndio ule staff mwenye ana come into contact with the guest. How do you assist in innovation?
yes, I see how they see what's wrong or what is being required more by the customers, so that they may also increase their sales in the next project. After washa realize hiyo Kenya wana innovation yao, wana implement,
Alex,
alafu
unaona
sales.
unakonga mtoto mwerevu ni venye tu saa zingine huwa utaki tu kufikiria. Yes, Hamilton, you are on. Hamilton?
Yes, madam.
Do you want to add on something? Can you kindly define again what is...
I can add something.
Mm-hmm.
The frontline employees,
Mm-hmm.
they're the ones being so in contact with maybe the guests or the customers. Hence, in that relationship, they can get what they can know what the customers really want, or to where to improve, and they go and tell the maybe the managers, our customers want this to be improved and this, and in that case there's an innovation in that point, and it can be improved.
That is what I was looking for. Like, what are those roles a frontline employee can help the company with for it to grow? So you application, you just think of this stuff that is standing there on behalf of the company, then you get points. So thank you for giving me, so far I've had 3 points from you and I have had 2 points from Alex. The rest, class, kindly think outside and get answers. I move to group 2. Na nimesema you take note of everything that we are talking about. This exam, this unit is more of practice than notes. So we will just be thinking and we move on. Aya, we move to the second group, Immaculate and Masinyamawi. What is the role of frontline employees to improve value and service delivery? Masinyamawi, you are on. Immaculate, let me unmute you. Come on board.
Excuse me, madam. Excuse me, madam.
Yes. Yes, Mariam.
Suppose I'm ready and then... I'm saying, suppose I'm ready to present and they're not yet ready. Can I go ahead and present me?
Okay.
Mine is, it was a question, do you think that frontline employees are trained differently? In my opinion, I feel frontline employees are trained differently.
How?
This is because we've come to realize that frontline employees are the people who come into contact with the customers, either one-on-one or through a podium. And for this reason, they're trained differently from other employees. They are, first of all, they are offered scenario-based training. By this I mean, these are employees who are trained on customer experience. Their questions cover at least some of the job issues they are bound to face. So they are supposed to be trained on regular occurrence throughout their career, unlike other employees. They're also trained to monitor results using admin tools, which can help analyze progress through training tools, e.g. assessments. They are also trained to optimize upselling opportunities. And by upselling, I mean, hello?
I'm getting you.
By upselling, I mean persuading a customer to buy something additional or more expensive than the original product. Also found out that they're trained to think from the customer or client's perspective, unlike other employees, because they're the ones who meet the customers one-on-one, and they're able to be empathetic. They're able to know what a customer wants, and as in they're able to put on a customer's shoes. They're also taught to understand their businesses past, because they're the face of the organization. They are trained to be told questions. And provide
you are now your voice is now broken. I cannot even hear.
You're lost. Am I back?
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
They're also provided with continuous learning opportunities, as they're expected to be aware of the new developments in the industry, unlike the employees behind bars. They're trained to deal with situations related to the business process or production, e.g. customer relationships and problem solving, which is not very, very vital to the employees like the chefs who are behind bars. They are also trained not just to manage one customer, but they are prepared for all difficult customers, unlike the employees who are behind bars. They are trained to monitor results. Oh, I think I've said that. So that is all I think I came up with. So in a nutshell, they're trained differently from other employees.
Okay, class again. It is very true. Frontline employees are trained differently from other people. And those are the points to be considered. So kindly share those notes. Cecilia, ukuje mwisho alafu sasa ndo una turn microphone on tujue uko.
Chelsea, lakini network inanisumbua.
So, guys, kindly let us share that information. Then learning goes on. So after presenting, make sure it is also available in your group so that people can continue reading and getting vast knowledge about this work. Okay, I guess Lawrence is getting vast with what he has been given to do. We move to Jackie, Eunice, and Helen. What are the obstacles of frontline employees? Jacqueline Mukabali, Eunice, na Helen. Mercy, I also see you are online. Auoni venye utatoa mic. Mercy, can you talk? You are unmuted. Glenn.
Yes, madam.
What is the Ritz-Carlton service culture? What have you found out about Ritz-Carlton?
Okay, Ritz-Carlton service culture is a culture that was developed in the Ritz-Carlton chain of hotels, which is an American multinational company that operates the luxury hotel chains known as the Ritz-Carlton. The motto is, okay, I quote, "We are ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen." I hope that is understood. We are ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen. That's the motto. Then we have the mission statement, which is to provide the finest personal service and facilities for our guests who will always enjoy a warm, relaxed, yet refined ambience. Ambience inamaanisha the feel of a certain place. Vile unaweza ingia kwa hoteli alafu useme ama you observe that this hotel is calm, this hotel is loud, it's noisy. Hiyo ndio sasa ambience, vile tu place ina feel. Then we have the elements of the Ritz-Carlton, of which there are three main of them. Number one is warm and sincere greeting. Usalime guests vizuri wa feel warm and welcomed. You can also use the guest's name if you know the name, that is Mr. So-and-so. The third one is anticipation and fulfillment of each guest's needs. So it is up to the service providers to know wa anticipate, yani wafikirie who guest anataka nini ndio tuweze kumsatisfy. Na pia uweze kufulfill pia hizo needs zake. And lastly, we have the 12 service values of the Ritz-Carlton. I've already mentioned the three main ones. I'm going to go into other 12 ones. So number one is build strong relationships with the guests so as to create more Ritz-Carlton's guest for life. So hii inamaanisha build relationships zenye zita last ndio ama guest waweze kukuja tena. Number two, always be responsive to the expressed and unexpressed wishes and needs of our guests. So as a service provider, huyu waiter anafaa akue mtu wa haraka hii kuwa responsive inamaanisha ukue mtu wa kufanya vitu haraka ndio uweze kuketa for the needs of the guest. And number three is empowered to create unique, memorable and personal experiences for guests. In short wanasema our frontline employees wanafaa kuwa empowered ndio guest afeel then as in the experience imekuwa mzuri ya kuja kwa hii hotel enye tunaongelelea. Number 4, understand my role in achieving the key success factors, embracing community footprints and creating the Ritz-Carlton culture. As in huyu frontline employee anafaa jue vizuri role yake ni gani haswa kwa ku-create this kind of culture. Also number 5, continuously seek opportunities to innovate. Utafute opportunities za ku-develop vile kina Hamilton walituambia ku-innovate ni ku-develop yani. Number 6, own and immediately resolve guest problems. This one is guest akiwa na shida, wewe kama frontline employee unafaa ukue mtu unaweza tatua shida yake bila kusema let me first consult fulani, as in unafaa kuwa unajua vile utamsaidia at the moment. Number 7, create a work environment of teamwork and lateral service so that the needs of guests and each other are met. As in, what this point is trying to say, you as a frontline employee, you need to have that spirit of teamwork with your colleagues ndio muweze ku cater for the needs of the guests. Number 8, have the opportunity to continuously learn and grow. As you told us in some other topic hapo mbeleni, we should all employees should learn to to learn and grow. Ujue nimekuja hapa okay, we know that not everybody knows everything. Kuna wenye wanajua vitu zenye haujui na wewe pia unajua kitu yenye wengine hawajui, so msaidiane ndio mweze kugrow kimoja. Number 9, get involved in the planning of the work that affects me. You should get to work and plan very well of how you're going to manage the tasks of the day. Number 10, be proud of your professional appearance, language and behavior. Conduct yourself in a way enye huyu guest ataona nikideal na fulani anajua kazi yake na pia vile ananiongelesha ni vizuri, with respect, na hata behavior yake vile anajibeba ikuwe vizuri and ikuwe pleasing. The second last point is protect the privacy and security of our guests, fellow employee and the company's confidential information and assets. Uweze ku protect the privacy of guests. One very important thing yenye guests wanapendanga ni kuwa na hiyo privacy in any establishment ya hospitality, like hizi hoteli za kulala wanatakanga, they just want privacy. Privacy is very key to them, to the guests, and it is up to you as an employee ujue vile utasaidia mtu mwenye ako in need of security. Okay, the last one, be responsible for uncompromising levels of cleanliness and create a safe and accident-free environment. Uncompromising levels of cleanliness, as in usibahatisha ikifika kwa usafi. If you're operating a food and beverage establishment, unapaswa ukuwe na yani topmost levels of usafi. Usafi yako ikuwe very, very, very high. Creating a safe and accident-free environment. One way you can do that is by vile tunaambiwa tukiona spillages zimeoka, just clean up and don't wait for somebody to do something. Just because you're not in the housekeeping department, haimaanishi ati sasa we kama waiter ukiona place fulani ni chafu ati unasema wacha niite fulani wa housekeeping. Mimi kazi yangu kama waiter ni kuserve guest peke yake. No, it should be like haifai kwa hivyo. You should always create a place any guest ata feel safe na hataweza kuumia. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, good work, Glenn. The remaining group of people. Eunice, have you been able? Jackie, Helen, where are you? Yes, Jackie, you have muted your microphone.
Yeah, on obstacles for frontline. Yeah, frontline, that one. Inadequate training and development. The organization do not invest in training and developing skills of frontline workers required to serve the customers adequately.
What is the other obstacle of frontline employee? Jackie, umepata moja? Where is Helen? Eunice? Eunice